listen. All right, listen, okay.
And so I think there's a whole plethora of issues that people have with AOC, but she clearly, Ainsley, feels like she has nothing to be worried about. She is not concerned that people in her own district and her constituents are frustrated with her because she feels she is a shoo-in, that she will win this election no matter what happens.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez lost a key show of support yesterday in her push to serve as the top Democrat on the House Oversight Committee next year. The powerful Steering and Policy Committee recommended Congressman Jerry Connolly of Virginia instead.
AOC is being hailed as the future of the Democratic Party, something that has conservatives celebrating as it would make it easier for their party to win, especially as she's being seen as a radical leftist. But her rise to power may have been stunted by former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, which has led to a kind of a civil war within the Democratic Party. And it's something that's been brewing from years ago when the two supposedly met and made up. Looking at the situation now, it's pretty clear they haven't become the best of friends just yet. And so now AOC supporters, they believe that it's time for Nancy Pelosi to let go and just give way to the younger politicians. Something that isn't in line with her point of view, as she supported the older Jerry Connolly for this position.
You got a pretty good in-party fight among Democrats. Squad member AOC battling to become the ranking member of the powerful House Oversight Committee. Chad Pergram's on that story live on the Hill. How is this going back and forth, Chad? Good morning.
Bill, good morning. This is really a fight over the future of the party, old versus new. The battle between Jerry Connolly and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez to be the top Democrat on the Oversight Committee crystallizes challenges Democrats face after the election. Now, the only thing worse in politics than an intra-party fight is a controversy over age. Ocasio-Cortez is 35, Connolly is 74. Republicans don't get to pick, but they prefer Ocasio-Cortez. Republicans hope to highlight left-wing policies.
You know you got a weak candidate when your opposition is rooting for a candidate to win. Because much like how the Republican Party wanted Biden versus Trump, the possibility of AOC in a leadership capacity, it's a dream come true for them. In fact, Congressman James Comer is excited at the possibility of having AOC in that position. But I want you guys' opinion here. Is he actually smirking at the thought of Ocasio-Cortez being given a high spot within her own party?
Of course, you are a member of the House Oversight and Accountability Committee, the chair, in fact. You're also a member of the AOC fan club, and I understand, and besides believing that you will have a good working relationship, what leadership qualities would make Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez an effective oversight ranking member?
Yeah, well, I think that if you look at the current leadership with the Oversight Committee on the Democrat side, they've had Jamie Raskin leading them. So the Democrats have nowhere to go but up. Jamie Raskin has been wrong. He's had.
So then how will AOC make you go up or make the Democrats go up?
Yeah, well, she's better spoken. Look, I think that, the Democrats are turning on AOC. My endorsement of AOC is probably hurting her, which I think is amusing. They're wanting to go back to another boring old guy like Jerry Connolly. But look, AOC is, I think she represents a big segment of the Democrat Party that believes in socialism, that believes in the Green New Deal, that believes in wokeism. So if the Democrats want a real Democrat to lead the Oversight Committee on their side, I think AOC is perfect for them.
What about her leadership qualities?
Well, look, lucky for her, she's in the minority, so she doesn't really have to display a lot of leadership qualities. All they're going to do is try to complain and obstruct and do things like that. But I think AOC is the best they got. If that tells you anything about the Democrats on the Oversight Committee, I think AOC is the best they got.
If you're going to be part of the AOC fan club, you got to give her more than she's just. You got to give us more, applause for her leadership qualities. You didn't list any, but that's okay. We're gonna move on. You didn't give me anything. I'm sure she's listening. Do you have anything positive to say about the way she might lead?
Yeah, she's a lot nicer than Jamie Raskin, and she's pleasant to be around. So, again, they have nowhere to go but up after Jamie Raskin.
Okay, that's not a ringing endorsement. I'm just saying, but we're going to move on.
It's the best I can do.
Now, James Comer obviously wants AOC in there because they know she's going to fail and it'll make their jobs that much easier. But much like James Comer, a lot of colleagues were supposedly behind AOC's bid for leadership. Many progressives were saddened by the decision to skip out on the young congresswoman. Faiz Shakir, an advisor to Senator Bernie Sanders, posted on X to talk about it, saying that this loss isn't AOC's. It's a loss for House Dems, who could have had a more compelling and interesting and dynamic approach to the next few years. Now, Connolly on his end says that this wasn't about age and that his colleagues based it on experience, adding that he's seasoned, he's trustworthy, and has a record of productivity, basically saying that he's been able to accomplish more than AOC. Now, what he didn't say, though, is that Nancy Pelosi plotted against the Congresswoman AOC behind the scenes, similar to how she plotted a coup against President Joe Biden, as quiet as is kept. Unluckily for her, the party picked Vice President Kamala Harris as presidential nominee, another person that she's not very friendly with. Now, as some of you guys might remember, this beef between AOC and Nancy Pelosi, it came from years ago. This ain't no fresh beef. This is some old beef conjured up. And even though Nancy Pelosi has essentially let go of leadership within the party, I think it's pretty obvious that she could still throw her weight around. But that might come to a stop soon, as talks of AOC running in 2028 are now spreading around. And yes, I mean AOC running for presidency. Watch.
I mean, there's been some rumors circulating that there's a new name that you could expect over the next 4 years be running for president in 2028, and that is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. There are rumors flying around.
Yeah.
She could be a name added to the following expectations for 2028, which would include Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom, governor of California, Gretchen Whitmer, governor of Michigan, Josh Shapiro, governor of Pennsylvania, Pete Buttigieg, former Secretary of Transportation, J.B. Pritzker, and then now AOC.
Yeah, I think, why is everyone going down to Mar-a-Lago? Because Donald Trump won the election. And in doing so, and Joe Biden, I think he's out.
A lot of conservatives are on board with this plan, especially as many of them expect J.D. Vance to sweep up all of the swing states if AOC will run against him. But what do you guys think? Is AOC the future of the Democratic Party, or will she signal their future demise? Now, on that note, guys, Nancy Pelosi suffered an injury overseas. Now, I done warned her about wearing them 6-inch heels. 84 years old? I don't know about that. Now, I covered this in a previous live stream where I discussed the possibility of an operation. That's right. Her fall was quite serious. And it's not just her, as Mitch McConnell has also taken quite a fall. One that seriously messed up his face. Now, you guys absolutely need to check that video out after this one. As always, appreciate you guys being here. Thanks so much for hitting the like button and subscribing. Check out our previous videos coming up here next, and we'll see you guys all in the next one.